Hey nerds, welcome to Jerry Bear Reacts. Today we are going to rank the originals. All the characters from the originals will be ranked in our own little ranking system. This is the best list I found with all the important characters, the important side characters, the important main characters, etc. So we're gonna go through all these peeps. There's quite a few on here, and I'll show you the list that they recommend on here, and I'll put a link to this in the description box down below so you guys could check this out and maybe do one for yourself. I will post the links in the free Discord, and we can compare and contrast, and you guys can debate if you like. If you are new here, feel free to subscribe for daily content. If there's a day, there is a reaction. Um, this is I'm kind of upset because I wanted to do this on Twitch with people, and today is the day that I'm doing this. Obviously, I'm able to record, but I wasn't able to go live due to some internet issues that kind of bummed me out. So I want to do this in front of peeps and have conversations along the ways like we did for the Vampire Diaries. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get into this. So here's what this looks like. Their normal rankings is from bottom to top is I don't care, annoying as fuck, boring, deserve better, love great, iconic / untouchable. I'm gonna adjust that. 1 second. If this is your first time seeing one of my ranking videos, this is the tier list that we use: trash, C, B, A, S, and then Mr. GOAT, which stands for Mount Rushmore Greatest of All Time. Normally we have a question mark tier for things that we don't know, but I think I know all these characters. So from C up, C's kind of like meh, B's okay, A, great, S, perfection, and then once we're done with the list, we'll take 4 lucky people from the S tier and put them into the Mr. GOAT ranking, and that'll be our Mount Rushmore / greatest of all time for the show, which, if I'm not mistaken, the Vampire Diaries was Stefan, Damon, Caroline, and Bonnie. So ranking this is a combination of the actor's performance, the character itself, and the purpose that they served within the show. So it's not just face value the character. I do a couple things to go into it in case you do see the list at the end and you are confused. That might be why. So let's get into it. First character we have up here is Freya Michelson. We got introduced to her in season 2. I'm instantly going to put her in an S tier because she ended up kind of being a Bonnie situation where she is the reliable witch. She does put her family first, and you know, in and out of their relationship with Keelan until they ultimately agreed to get married. And Freya was honestly the backbone there for a while, and had to make some tough decisions on her own. I don't know. I would put Josh in an S tier, but I'm going to put Josh in A. He didn't get enough time on screen. His introduction was very nice. He seemed to be like a super important character that you thought was going to kill off for a second. They give him the relationship with Aiden, which was one of the best relationships of the entire show. And then they kind of just, he kind of like goes away. It felt like there was multiple episodes without him, and then he comes back, and then his final death didn't really do justice. It kind of happened on a whim. There was no final moment with Divina, but he does end up with Aiden, which I thought was really... I'm going to put Cole in an A as well. We don't get a whole lot of Cole throughout the thing, but it is more progression on his character, more, especially with Caleb, him finding love, falling in love with Divina. This is a character we may move up to an S. I just wish he was on screen more, you know? That's all I really wish for. When it comes to, this was Sabine, right? Sabine, and then also Celeste. You kind of, Elijah's former love interest, you thought she was kind of going to be a big deal. Wasn't really, I don't know, just kind of meh. The actor was really good, but meh. Kind of feel the same way about Diego. Diego was, as a character, was annoying up front, but then you kind of see his loyalties to Marcel. The actor did a great job. Thierry. Thierry can almost go into trash. He's just good at instruments. Michael, overall, returning, he died in the Vampire Diaries. The highest I could put him as a B. He served his purpose. The actor was enjoyable to have on screen. He tormented Klaus yet again. And yeah, I don't know. It's just, he was back. I wasn't happy he was back, but what are we going to do about it? Not a whole lot. Father Kieran, I would also put at a B. Father Kieran had a lot of potential. He, it was a nice character to get introduced to that was the leader of the human faction that worked with Marcel to help keep the power balance, basically. Genevieve, Gingivitis, meh. Francesca, meh. She was killed off too quick. Klaus, S tier, insta-lock. We don't even have to spend time talking about that. Like, not at all. I don't know. Just, what do you want from me? Jane Ann, we didn't really get a whole lot of Jane Ann. I don't know. The C tier. Agnes, I'll give a B. She had that feistiness to her. She being the elder of the witches, and obviously she was involved in the best kill scene in the entire thing, which I thought was really cool. Thierry's girlfriend, Katie. We didn't really get much of her. I don't know how to rank her. I think this is the original Celeste. I'm gonna go the same route as being a C tier. Is this the witch lady? Bastiana. Yeah, she's kind of useless. Bastiana was actually, yeah, I'm gonna put Bastiana first in trash. She really didn't matter, like, at all. None whatsoever. I kind of liked Monique being on screen. I liked her screen time. I thought she was really cool. Her being a part of the sacrifice, coming back with that attitude, kind of once Divina lost her powers. The little bit of time we had Monique was interesting, and a lot of people watching how the families mourned over her life about her not coming back. I don't know. She had that stare though. She'd stare a hole through you. Papa Tunde was really cool. I'm gonna give Papa Tunde a B. I feel like he had way more potential than what they showed us. Abigail literally said 2 words. Henrik is literally on screen for a second. A second. In a flashback about, I think, the first wolves, and then him obviously being another Michelson. We got nothing on Henrik. Not a grown-up version of him, like the fucking in Star Wars when they, at the end, when they all show up as Ghost. Nothing. We could have got him and Finn hanging out laughing. That would have been cool. Like, initially people were like, who is that old man at the end of Return of Jedi? I'm like, oh, that's Anakin as an old person before he was Hayden Christensen. So anyways, Jackson. Man, I think Jackson gets a lot of hate, bro. I think I'm gonna give Jackson Haley. Listen, Haley. I think Jackson had good intentions. He did have a lot of hate for the Michelsons at one point. I think he still carried that with him for the most part. I just think he treated Haley well, right? He's kind of creepy at first, being in his dog form, watching her, but I enjoyed the actor, enjoyed the character. His death had a heavy toll on Haley, so I'll allow it. Elijah, we don't even have to say a word about him. Instant lock S tier. Ollie, instant lock trash tier. Rebecca didn't have a lot of screen time. In and out of love with Marcel. I may move the Michelsons both to S tier because they end up playing a bigger role throughout the entire story. Her having a different girl playing her, having that Eve person play her. Yeah. She did play a bigger role. We'll adjust it. Don't judge it based off of that. Hi, Haley. I'd give Haley, I don't know if I want to give Haley an S. I'll give her an A for right now. She did good. Phoebe Tonkin did a good job. Wanting to steal the baby was weird, but I get her motherly instincts. Dying, coming back to life. I don't know overall how I feel. I do know Marcel, insta-lock for an S character. I don't know what else to tell you. Is that Divina? Divina, I'll put at an A. I liked when she was super overpowered. I really enjoyed that. I think I am going to go ahead and have the Michelson family all at S tier. Yeah. I think we're going to go ahead and do that. The more I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, I liked Caleb. I didn't like his relationship with Divina as much just because it just felt weird looking at it. But I like Caleb. I like him coming back to the Michelson side, going, finding happiness. I like Rebecca. I like both actors. So, yeah. Is this Sophie, right? I feel like Sophie was going to be a much bigger role. She ended up not being. I'll give her a B. For some reason, there's a ton of Cammy hate. And from what I've gotten from comments, it's mostly the people that ship Caroline and Klaus together. I'm going to give Cammy an A. Cammy's kind of the reason Klaus, along with Hope, obviously Hope's the main catalyst, but Cammy kind of helped reel him in and make him understand what was in front of him. Was a great therapist for him, even when she was compelled and then not compelled. Finally, the off and on love thing, tension, will they, won't they? The kiss on Christmas, her waking up dead as a vampire, Klaus saying, I will carry you with me always, and her saying, I guess that truly makes me immortal, being the angel on his shoulder when Michael was the devil. Cammy was a great character. You guys are too hard on her. Vincent, Instalock S character. He really is the Bonnie of this show, being the witch. Him and Freya kind of playing similar roles. Anything goes bad, they turn to either one of those two characters. Obviously, him being Finn to start off as, so we can mark it as Finn and Cole. I'm sorry, Finn and Vincent, he did his role perfectly. I don't know. He acted tremendously. He was a great character. I've seen him get shit on in the comments as well. This is Madam Webb, right? Yeah, Josephine. Josephine, I'm marking as a B. I don't know. Just felt bad for her. The hand thing, her being disabled. I think it was from abuse, but if I think the initial meaning of it, or the story she told, and then getting that moment to play one more time, a very beautiful song, and then dying in front of everybody. Greta, literally trash. We could have went without any of that. Tatia, this does. Dahlia really serves no purpose. I mean, behind the red door, I'll give it a C for that. Just a little Nina cameo. Cassie slash Esther. Actually, for the Esther part, I will give a B tier because it did give us some pretty good dialogue there. For the Cassie part, I would put strictly a C. Just the role of Caleb, I'll give an A. I'll put these two together, Caleb and Divina. I have them facing each other. I don't know. At first, I didn't like it, but just the relationship, his overall story changing, it was pretty nice. It was pretty nice. Get them hovering over. That's all I don't know what else to say about it. I just really enjoyed the character being on screen. Oh my God, Gia. I'm giving Gia an A. She didn't have a whole lot of screen time, but I liked her and Elijah's relationship. Gone too soon. They turned her into a burnt chicken nugget. The shit was wild. Esther, obviously Esther turning her family into what they were. I'm giving her the same level as Michael. I'll put the parents both there as B because they're both bitches. Just kidding. I really like the actors in both of these. Being the terrible parents that they were, but also her trying to be a little protective over Klaus. I enjoyed it. This was Lenore slash Esther. She acted her ass off. I'm giving her an A. I have all the Michelsons at an S tier, and then there's Finn. Poor Finn. Fuck. Finn really had a good moment going out. He got a lot of emotions out of me. He is an overall dull character. Doesn't take anything away from the actor, but his final moments, I enjoyed. I'm going to put Finn in an A. I don't know how I feel about it. Aiden, I'm giving Aiden also an A. Him and Josh right next to each other. I'll put Jackson and Haley next to each other. Shit, not you two. Aiden was a sweet boy. Gone too soon in a violent death. He was about to get out of here. He was about to run away. He got the seal of approval from everybody he needs to get the seal of approval from. And then it just didn't happen. It was a shame, really. I'm going to give Eve an A. Just because of the acting ability alone. I like the character. I like the backstory. And I liked when she was portrayed as Rebecca. Phenomenal job. Mamaw Mary, she's a sweet old lady. I'll give her a B. Lucian, I'm gonna give Lucian a strong B too, man. I think the Lucian character, just his portrayal was weird. I don't know. I kind of vibed with it. He played his role kind of perfectly. I sneezed so hard, I scrolled the mouse wheel a couple times. Hopefully the zoom setting is still right. Him getting that juice, making that white oak fang, right? Taking the white oak, ingesting and becoming the open hybrid, the ultimate hybrid, going along with the prophecy. I don't know, I thought it was great. Tristan, on the other hand, is just trash. Just a bad character. Aurora, man, I didn't hate her character, actually. She was a little bananas, but I'll give her a B. That way her and Tristan can be together finally. Who we got here? Will Kinney? Will meant well, but he was kind of meh. Aya. I'm going to give Aya an A. She may move up. The Aya character was super badass, start to finish. Who's that? Sophia? I'll give her a B. We didn't get a lot of her. I want to make a major correction real quick. This is not Greta. I just saw Greta. I think I just went with first thing. That's Dahlia. Dahlia was our first true villain in season 2. First true villain of the show. The first episode was really a recap. And Dahlia was a really good villain. She felt actually unstoppable. She may move up to an S tier as it goes on. Sorry for the disrespect, Dahlia. I didn't know. I will insta-lock Greta in your place as trash, though. I will do that. I will take Kara. And Kara was pointless. I don't know. She was just there. Van Wyn was also just kind of there. He didn't really have a purpose yet. Keelan, I'm giving Keelan a strong A. She didn't have a lot of dialogue. She was the wolf. Her venom ended up being the cure needed, and her and Freya's relationship, I just love it so much. That kiss that just led up to it, the way they played on screen, was pretty solid. It was pretty solid. We're getting up close here. We have the Hollow / Anadu. I'll give a B, maybe an A by the end of this. I mean, it was the Hollow thing that kind of helps, separate the Michelsons. It is the catalyst. It is the reason. Obviously, spoilers if you're still watching this point, you haven't watched the show. She is the reason that Klaus and Elijah are dead. She is the reason Hope doesn't have parents. So yeah, blame the Hollow. May move up. Anadu was only there for a couple seconds, though. Declan is the most useless character. Is that Roman? Trash. Antoinette. Fight me. I liked her. I thought she was great. I thought she was great on screen. I thought she was a perfect lover for Elijah. Yeah, and we have so few people in S, we probably will move some up to S once we do the Mr. Goat. But I thought she was a great person for Elijah in his new life. She didn't follow along with her father, her mother's Nazi tendencies. She just wanted to be happy, man, and travel. And I don't know. I feel bad for her. She's in Shanghai right now, just hanging out by herself. And last but certainly not least is Hope. You are the reason that Haley is dead. I'll give you an A, only because of Summer being super adorable as a young kid, and a lot of potential there with Hope. She is the glue behind everything. She may move up. She is the glue behind the family. She's the reason that Klaus ended up being who he is. And yeah. Simple as that. I don't have nothing else to say about it. That's the list. That's the full list. I'll zoom out here for a second so you can see it. This is the full list of people. We're now going to move into the Mr. Goat, the Mount Rushmore greatest of all time. We're going to take 4 people from the S tier and move them into Mr. Goat. And this is probably the easiest one ever. Oh, it just got more difficult. It just got more difficult. Hold on a second. You may hate this, you may love this, but this is the Mr. Goat. The Mount Rushmore of the originals. The GOATs. Greatest of all time of the original. Again, the Vampire Diaries was Stefan, Damon, Caroline, Bonnie. Here for the originals is obviously Klaus and Elijah. You ready for my next two? Obviously Klaus, well, let's do this first. Klaus being the main character of the entire show. It's going on with his daughter, his baby mama, his family, his brother, all the people around him, and just him in his massive redemption arc from being the big bad wolf to the family man. Elijah wanting to make sure his brother's redeemed properly, being the hand of the king, being the right-hand man when anything goes wrong, the man handing out the threats, the calm, poised, cool, collected individual you think is the upstanding gentleman, but at the heart is a stone-cold killer. How about the glue for the whole operation? If you take this character out of a lot of situations, things go badly. He ended up being the king. He ended up being the ultimate hybrid, in a sense, the ultimate monster. He ended up with the white oak fangs. It's Marcel. It's Klaus's son. It's Elijah's nephew. It's Marcel, man. Marcel Gerard, a.k.a. Marcel Michelson. Whether he wants to admit it or not, whether he wants to be part of the family or not, he is a Michelson in today. And I think the last person I'm going to move to the S tier. I thought about maybe Hope. I'll move Hope to S. The last person, Mr. Goat. I thought maybe Hope because she is the backbone of the entire thing. There is no really the originals without her. I think that kind of makes more of an argument for it. I was going to give it to Vincent. I'm going to give it to Hope. I'm going to give it to Hope because the show, end of day, ends up being about her, Haley getting pregnant, moving over to Hope, the birth, the child, the lying about the child, the relationship between her and Marcel and Elijah and Rebecca and Freya. She is the centerpiece. She is the glue, the hollow, them sitting away so it doesn't consume and end up killing Hope. So yeah, the show, there just is no show without her. Simply put, let's move some people up to S tier, shall we? Who are we going to put up in S tier? Move Haley up to S tier. All right, because I'm an absolute psycho, I did a lot of moving around just now to make each of the rows even almost. So we have new members to S tier, right? I kind of moved them around just to be a little cheeky. I moved Antoinette up to S tier because, bless her, she meant well. Aya as well. Eve, actors, phenomenal. Obviously, Haley. Dahlia was, in my opinion, really a top tier villain, attacking the family, introducing Freya. Look, we got her and Freya together. We got Freya on top of Keelan. Heavy top energy here from Freya. We have, Cole and Rebecca, who were kind of gone for a minute. They're hanging out. I moved Finn over so he could be with his family. Cammy and Rebecca were friends. We got Josh and Aiden, Haley and Jackson, Caleb and Divina. I just put people close together if I could. I even got Tristan and Aurora side by side. We dropped down Katie and Thierry to trash, as well as Van Wyn and his mother, because what the fuck did they do? I just looked at this as Cassie, made her meh. Will, meh. Bounce the people around. I think this is the actual final list, and I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm going to keep it right here on this screen. If you want to pause and take a look at it, I will have the save image uploaded in Discord under rankings. Feel free to go look at it in the free one. If you guys want to watch the Vampire Diary one, I'll have that linked as well. And I'll have a link for this if you want to do it yourself. But all in all, the Mount Rushmore of the originals is Hope Michelson, Marcel Gerard Michelson, Elijah Michelson, and Klaus Michelson. Beautiful ending to the show. I really loved it. I had a blast with it. Super emotional. Obviously, you guys saw me weep like a baby. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. It's really good. It was super emotional. Cried a lot. Cried after the fact. Had to stop the recap a couple times. Had to redo the recap. And yeah, it was good stuff. Good stuff. If you guys ask about Legacies, I will not be watching Legacies anytime soon. I'll probably wait till that show maybe ends. Or if I do watch it, I may watch it on my own time and not an actual reaction to it. But if I ever do come back to the series, I will look forward to doing so. And for all these characters we lost, rest in peace. For the characters we didn't lose, continue thriving. I'm going to go ahead and head out. Links and everything will be in the description box down below. Playlist will be up on screen. As always, stay cute, stay hydrated, and I will catch you on the next one.